Today's podcast is sponsored by JJ Marketing Advantage. You can visit them at jjmarketingadvantage.com. We are way more than just a marketing company. We are almost family. We are proud to offer the highest quality, most unique merchandise and services on the market today. From our family to yours, we put lots of love and careful attention in each item and service. We hope you enjoy our work as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. We are both analytical and creative. We communicate, design, develop, publish to influence, experience, and move and inspire. We understand that there's more to marketing than making you look good. We go to work every day to help grow your business. We are with that strategic partner, your expert in everything digital brand and marketing. And recently, we got involved in the consulting department. You can certainly visit us at jjmarketingadvantage.com, or you can certainly give us a call at 647-234-3631. Once again, that was 647-234-3631 or www.jjmarketingadvantage.com. Today's podcast is powered by Kick the Media. You can visit kickthemedia.com and find out more. Kick the Media is back as an entertainment production company that helps supports a wide range of podcast shows, artists, long, short, film producers of any platform. We want to open up an easy-to-use platform for companies to assist the newcomer into the industry. Even if you're a professional at what you do, come on over and see how we do things at Kick the Media and tell us if you like our style. Once again, you can find us at kickthemedia.com. Just recently launched, Kick the Media has some interesting podcasts, and you can find our podcasts on all major podcast platforms. Our podcast follows as What's That Taste? Phone Tag News. Who is that? Gee, no thanks. Boom with Buffalo Josh. And many more to come. You can certainly visit us at www.kickthemedia.com. You can contact us and reach us through any major social media platforms. Once again, you can find us on any major social media platforms at kickthemedia.com. This podcast has been powered by Kick the Media.
Welcome to Kick the Media. This is your host, Kimarr Starr.
And your co-host,
We have our co-host with us. Welcome. I'm going to say welcome back because I haven't been here for so long. I got kind of busy and tied up with life, you know?
it does happen.
Yes, it does. So, yes. So we have a lot to talk about. A few topics to talk about today. A lot of stuff is going on, you know what I mean, in North America and the world, basically. You know, you have the COVID going on right now, how people are locked and confined to the house, can't really do nothing. And we have this George Floyd, you know, Black Lives Matter, what's going on, protesting. I mean, the cops killed of an unarmed black man. And then we have, I found out today that, you know, Trump was, well, with a best of artists, you know what I mean? But we're going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about everything in one shot. Okay, so the first topic we're going to talk about is, let's talk about, one second. We're going to talk about Trump. So Donald Trump supports parade along Detroit River for President's 74th birthday. So we're going to talk about that today. I didn't even know that was going on today. I was out and about all day, driving up and down. I didn't even know that was going on. You know what I mean?
Well,
but that was going on, so, pardon me?
See, what I noticed is that I have some friends who live along the riverfront, right, in Windsor, Essex, along the shoreline, right? And because of the boaters, because of this going on, and I'm sure you'll get into a little bit more, They were posting pictures because the water was just hitting along their property and just destroying it. And there were some people that were confused because they didn't know what was going on. All they saw was a whole bunch of boaters in the river.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy. Well, I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't hear no noise about it. No, nothing. I didn't, nothing. I'm thinking, because we're so close. So, I'm sorry right now to cut this short, but I'll come back to it. But I'm driving right now. I know I have to come on past over and pick up something, but I'm driving, we're doing the podcast, so I see a whole bunch of OPP officers and ambulance behind Chelsea's restaurant. No? Kind of a sense of... But yeah, this is something we need to talk about. We'll find out if that makes it news, whatever. But yeah, so back to it. I didn't know that was going on to the whole dumb dog talk, but then we read some of the articles.
Well, I actually have the article up here, since you're driving and can't read the article, right? And hopefully you are using hands-free.
Yeah. I probably it seems so wrong how I said it. No. When I tried to read the article, I pulled up in the pocket spot. I just saw that.
Here's me talking
there's my door that is locked. You know what I mean?
Talking about, seeing police officers and whatnot, right? And here you are doing a podcast talking to me on the phone.
Both time tree, so it's okay. You have Bluetooth nowadays, so that's the same people's lives.
Well, technology, right? It's just a beautiful thing. It's funny how you can be on one side of the country and I could be on the other side of the country and we can be recording phone tag news, right?
Yeah, I know. Right now, guys, came outside to go to Sobeys for a real quick minute before the close, Just want to do it on my podcast, doing a little shopping. Well, okay, I'll read the article for a second, but life doesn't seem turbulent enough lately. Hundreds of American boats on Saturday took to Detroit River and Lake St. Clair to stage a procession. Sorry, I burped. That result in a large influx of waves that batter the Windsor shoreline, several local properties. Wow, I didn't know that. With water levels already high and rules on Canadian side for boats to reside cruising waters. What's going on? Cruising waters seem sorry, I got a text about that. Sorry. So that seemingly didn't matter little to U.S. president. Participators who took part in what is called the MAGA parade. So what's MAG stand for? It doesn't say. It's just an abbreviation.
Make America Great.
Huh? What did you say?
Make America Great. Go Trump. Oh. Just kidding. Anybody out there? I do not support him or anything.
Yeah, I just faced this.
But there was, from what I read from that article that you were reading, is there in the boat, the parade took place at several locations along the shoreline, stretched along the Detroit east and west of Lake St. Clair. The organizers include the Michigan Conservative Coalition and Michigan Trump Republicans in 2020. Basically, they were celebrating, his birthday, which was, if I'm not mistaken, the 74th birthday of Mr. Donald J. Trump.
On to the next topic. And like 14,000 claps.
Right? That's what I was thinking too. After Trump's birthday, 74. Anyways, let's stop talking about Trump. That's enough about him.
Yeah, that guy. You know what really grinds my gears? I'm joking. Well, I said let's talk about what you said. What was the topic about, brother?
Oh, so the next article that we're supposed to be discussing on Phone Tag News is, since you're driving and whatnot, is AIM Black Lives Matter scrutiny. Mayor says Windsor can do better, and this was done by Taylor Campbell, by the Kimarr Starr, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
So if you aren't aware, Shay McCabe expresses racism every day. The 28-year-old Black Windsor woman who organized a downtown rally last Saturday to bring attention to racism and police brutality want change, starting with law enforcement. And what she actually said to the Kimarr Starr was this. She quotes, or the Kimarr Starr quotes actually, is, "I would like to see a lot of defunding for all Canadian police agencies." McCabe told the Star Friday, "I would like to see police wearing body cameras, regardless of how uncomfortable it makes them feel. They could definitely set up their accountability and the protection of the community, because I don't see it." And, with this and everything going on, you remember me running for municipal council, right? It's one thing I wanted to be is I wanted accountability and transparency. It's something that I'm not seeing from the local politics of the city of Windsor, and that's something that they need to be held accountable to, right? We all pay our taxes, and but what do you think about this so far what I've read before I continue and go on to what our lovely Windsor Mayor Drew Dilkins said to the Star?
So what do I think about the protest that happened last week?
Well, yeah. What do you think? Were you able to attend it? Were you there?
I was there, so I didn't know a protest was happening. I was going downtown to go to my bank, get money out. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, I see like all these people downtown with signs, Black Lives Matter protesters. I didn't know Windsor. Some people in Windsor were protesting. You know what I mean? Because I didn't hear it nowhere close to me and nothing until I went downtown and seen it. So in my mind, like, me as a black man, like, it's a good thing because, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, Black Lives Matter, you know what I mean? Like, it's the biggest thing that's going on right now. There's no justice. It's not fair, you know what I mean? Some people take it the wrong way, saying all lives matter. It's not only one lives matter, not only one color, not only one race. Yeah, we all understand that all lives matter. You know what I mean? But right now, at this point in time, they're only talking about one race right now. What happened to the one guy going forward? You know what I mean? Because it's been happening. Don't get me wrong. Like cops, they do murder Black Asian people, and they also do murder white Asian people and Asian, and you know what I mean. Every other race. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like so, I understand people that are not. You know what I mean?
Well,
Black are coming out and they're upset, you know what I mean, and they're very adamant about it because they know that Black Lives Matter, but in their mind they're saying like to see it everywhere is bugging them. For me, like it shouldn't bug you, you know what I mean? It's someone's opinion, you know what I mean, somebody's view. So it shouldn't bug you, you should accept it, move on. Don't make it any more, you know, it's already a big issue, so don't put more on it, you know what I mean? Don't create more problems. Somebody else is viewing the issue or viewing their mind and their opinion, you're going to get upset about that. It makes no sense to me.
Well, not even just that. Like, I came across an article on Facebook, and I wish I would have had it pulled up right now. But, exactly what you're saying. We understand the whole all lives matter, because it's not just affecting Black, and something that in Canada that's happened recently, right? And I think it was Alberta, if I'm not mistaken. The Indonesian natives chief was, there was the vehicle that he was in had some expired tags on it, and the lovely RCMP decided, to pull over that said vehicle while they were at the casino, if I'm not mistaken, and they ended up pulling him out of the vehicle and started punching in, the chief of this reserve and whatnot. He got pretty beat up badly. I'm gonna send it after this podcast. I'll send you the article when I find it. And, just in general, police brutality needs to stop.
Yeah, in general, it has to stop. They're trained a certain way deal with people. But now they're taking that training and putting their own twist on it.
Yep.
They can't catch somebody, that person's too passionate, that person outmaneuver them, that person made them feel like shit or shame them in public before everybody else. So now they want to be on that person. They don't care if they have that badge and that gun. It's their right.
Well, see, like even with everything going on, right? Like with everything, with George Floyd, right? It just got a lot of media attention, and something that which really made everything go forward. This has been happening for years upon years, and it needs to come to an end, because there's things that happen behind the scenes. This stuff like this, what happened to George Floyd, it happens regularly, and I don't want to say that it's sad, but you don't see it. You don't see the footage. Even with our natives, right? There's the Indonesians, right? There's a huge thing just before this whole COVID pandemic, right? With the whole train thing, right? They stopped the train from one side of the country to the other, right? Because they wanted to prove a point, because they were going through treaties and whatnot, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But I am going to read what Windsor Mayor Drew Dawkins.
I didn't know about that. I didn't know about any of that.
Yeah, Windsor Mayor Drew Dawkins, who also chairs the Windsor Police Service Board, told the Star the city police service isn't perfect, but generally does a great job, and that racism is not tolerated. Knowing many of them like I do, I know they come to work, they put in an honest day's effort, and they do it with an integrity the community would expect from the police, Dawkins said. While he welcomes conversations about how to improve the Windsor Police Service, the mayor says it's a dangerous idea to defund the police or reallocate a portion of police funding to mental health and social services, a popular demand of protesters like Shah, who want to see more support for a valuable population. If the police budget shrunk, Dawkins said, at some point you would have to say, what aren't we doing? Are we not going to invest child sexual assault? Are we not going to investigate domestic violence? Are we not going to investigate petty crime? What is it that we would be gone as a result of cutting the police budget? Since the May 25th killing of George Floyd by the Minneapolis police officer, protesters in the United States have taken to the streets and vocally argued that overinflated police budgets have resulted in inadequate support for homeless populations and people with addictions and mental health issues. The concept has gained traction in Canada, but since the province are responsible for funding many social services, Dawkins says it's very complicated to support municipal taxpayers throughout property tax. Should make up any funding gaps by reducing police budgets. We fund the police to a level that we think keeps the community safe, Dawkins said, adding the police department, like many municipal services, receives less funding than what is requested from City Council. In February, Windsor City Council cut $600,000 from 2020 police budgeting request, which would have been about 4.4% increase over what was allocated the previous year. Instead, the city approved a 3.7% increase, raising the service budgets from $88.7 million in 2019 to $92.6 million in 2020. And, that's just some of what the article has said here. I'm not going to continue to read the whole thing here, but you can definitely go check to read that article.
I know. I thought you were reading me a novel before I was on.
Well, it is pretty long, and I decided to stop right around after hearing those dollar signs, because this podcast isn't about talking about dollar signs. I mean, it kind of is, but so if you want to check out that article, go check out the Windsor Star. It's called AIM Black Lives Matter Scrutiny Mayor Says Windsor Can Do Better by Taylor Campbell. We'll also attach the link in the description. But what do you think about what's going on?
So you said that they raised the police budget from 5.1 million to 5.5 million now.
Like you said, I read a novel here, so you go back here. So in February, Windsor City Council cut $600,000 from 2020 police budgets. So they made cuts already, which would have been a 4.4% increase over which was allocated the previous year. Instead, the city approved a 3.7% increase, raising the service budget from an $88.7 million in 2019, a budget for the police department. Now the police department in 2020 now has about $92.6 million, apparently, if I read that correctly. Yes, you heard me right. 92.
Maybe I was reading a different article. I was reading a different article where they're giving the police a raise from last year. I can't remember what article it was. I've seen the article, but all I know I've seen the article was like last year in 2019, the Windsor they're getting paid $5.1 million, just everybody all together. You know what I mean? This year, 2020, it's 5.5.
Well, you'll have to look into it, but just alone with the service budget, right, going from $88.7 million to $92.6 million. At the end of the day, I understand where Drew Gilkins is going, and even with me running for a municipal position in council, right? Making police budget cuts is not the right thing. If anything, I would say, maybe increase budgets with proper training or more training, or, how to handle a situation better, per se. There's something that not only does the municipal government, but also the federal government. No, but also the federal government also needs to help out there as well, right? Yep.
Well, man, there's a lot going on right now, man. It's crazy, man. So are we all good for this topic right here?
Yeah, we're done over with this topic. So what do you have?
Let me just do a little talking about this COVID-19 that's going on, man. You know what I mean? Like certain cities are reopening Monday. You know what I mean? They go back to business, like barbershops and hair salons and restaurants you can sit down in. But Windsor didn't make that cut. Northern Niagara Falls didn't make that cut. You know what I mean? Like, and as we live in the Windsor, it's crazy because everything's closing at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Grocery store closed at 8, you know what I mean? So we closed at 10 o'clock, so, I'm good there. But still, it's crazy because the lineups are so long. You can wait in line. You be in line for hours to get into the store. You know what I mean? And when you get into the store, everything basically on the shelf is already gone. Do all that waiting for no reason, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's killer, bro. Like, I just want to know, like, man, it's crazy. Like, and now we got Windsor Blaze on my, accurate with it, and maybe updated, but last time I heard it was like 45 new cases in Windsor. So I don't know, man. It's just crazy. I just want life to go back to normal, man. Everybody wants that. Why do we have to live this way, confined to our houses?
Yep.
What to do now? It's like we're living in a prison, a jail, and we have more freedom because we're outside. You know what I mean? Because jailmates are in a prison and they don't get the yard time. So we're in a prison, we have yard time. You know what I mean?
Yep. Basically, yeah.
That's all it is. All it is, man. Yep. I just want to say that about the COVID, which is crazy.
Yeah, no one ever actually. We never actually predicted it. We never actually predicted the COVID. No one anticipated it, right? And then out of the blue, boom.
No, nobody knew about this. COVID. No one knew this was going to happen. Like, mind you, this was out since 2019. You know what I mean? Even before that, because I don't want to get on to it, man. It's just crazy. It's just too much behind it, man.
Well, not even just that, right? Now the question is there actually going to be a second wave that's actually going to hit or not, right? We don't know.
Yeah. We don't know, but apparently the government knows and the scientists, they know. They're saying that the effect waves can hit hard. I hope you guys know this and we don't know this.
Well, if you look at the States right now, right, after all these protests and the riots and whatnot, what's going on over there, right, most of their COVID-19 cases have, like, multiplied, doubled, tripled, even quadrupled.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because you guys are still partying in America. They're still doing all sorts of shit. Like, the clubs are open. I was watching a video. There's some pool party out there. They're doing all sorts of shit.
So anyways, I think we should move on to the next topic.
Yes, on to the next one.
Man, we really need to fire whoever comes up with these freaking articles. I had enough of talking about Trump. But anyways, so the next article that was in line is Facebook fires employee who protests its inaction on Trump's tweet. This article was done by The Return. And from what I can read here is a Facebook employee who is criticized by Chief Executive Mark Zuckerberg's decision not to take action against inflammatory posts by U.S. President Donald Trump this month said on Friday that the social media company had fired him. Brandon Daly, whose social media profiles describe him as a user interface engineer in Seattle, wrote on Twitter that he was dismissed for publicly challenging a colleague's silence on the conversation that promoted over staff protests at Facebook.
Wow. So he was protesting what? I'm sorry about that.
Well, I'm going to continue to read. So dozens of employees
against Trump?
Well, from what I can understand, I haven't really read the whole article yet, but dozens of employees included Daly and 6 other engineers on his team who abandoned their desks and tweeted objective to Zuckerberg's handling of Trump's post. Trump's post included the racial charge phrase, "When the shooting starts," in reference to protests against racism and police brutality held after the May 25th killing of George Floyd, a black man who died in police custody in medical afterwards. So as of me reading right there, you can see the reason why the protests were because of Mr. Donald Trump.
Wow.
Now, Daly said, Daly, who wrote the tweet, said the tweet was prompted his firing, which he sent the day after the walkout, scolded a fellow engineer for declining to add a statement of supporters to develop documents he was published. Intentionally not making a statement is already politically. Daly wrote in a tweet, Twitter affixed a warning label to the same post saying it's glorified violence. Facebook opted to leave the post untouched. Zuckerberg stood by his decision at a 10 all-hands meeting with employees that week. During the meeting, Daly tweeted that it was crystal clear today the leadership refuses to stand with us.
Well, that's weird because for Facebook to fire their employee because we're just talking about this. Facebook to fire their employee for saying, his opinion, whatever his thoughts, his views. It's messed up, man.
Don't we have the freedom of speech in Canada? And don't in the U.S. they follow by their Constitution, if I'm not mistaken?
That doesn't matter, man. They tell us they were freedom of speech. You know what I mean? The land of the free, whatever. Yeah, right. That's all nonsense. That's all nonsense, bro. Oh, man, that's crazy. So, shoot, man, I don't even know what to say about that, bro.
I think we should move on to the next topic, even though I really don't want to talk about it. But I'm totally down to read the next topic. Are you ready for it?
Next topic.
So the next topic is, if you haven't heard, it was a pretty popular post because it was actually trending on the Windsor Star, and I came across it and I had to convince our editor to put it in. Windsor police officer subject of fraud complaint at pharmacy.
Yeah, I was reading that article.
This one was written by Dalton Chan of the Windsor Star, and the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because we just got done talking a little while back ago about, police funding and whatnot, right? You remember that? And, you just were talking about raises, and now, there's an article that just came out yesterday about when the police subject of fraud. Interesting.
Yeah.
But, so a Windsor police officer is facing charges in relation to a fraud complaint involving a prescription medication. The charges stem from a police in the city. On Thursday, patrol officers attended the pharmacy in relation to discover an alleged forged document. Further investigation found the suspect to be a senior constable with the Windsor Police Service. According to the police, the constable's documents were invalid or involved in two separate criminal offenses, each on a different date. The accused was not on the job during either incident. Windsor police said he was on leave from active duty at the time. Investigators located and arrested the suspect later on Thursday. Constable Izan Shalam, an officer of 13 years seniority with Windsor Police, has been charged with 2 counts of uttering forged documents. He has since been released. His next court appearance has been scheduled for October 16th. To contact Windsor Police in regarding to this case, please call 255-6700 or extension 4000. Any anonymous tips can be made via Crime Stoppers at 519-258-8477 or www.catchcook.com. And that's our public service announcement for today, folks. We did our good diligence.
Do you know also what? Does it say what pharmacy it was at?
I mean, if I probably pull up, on the Windsor Police website, the news releases and whatnot, I'm sure I can find out, but, sometimes those things are kept confidential for multiple reasons.
Yeah. That's crazy, And this is all going, so what, is it something new? Or was this going on for a long time?
This is something that has just recently come out to the public light in the last day. I don't know if it was going on previously or not, but this is just what has been coming out in the last day.
I want to understand what the COVID, you know what I mean? Could be trying to make extra buck out here. But it's funny how it's the law enforcement people, though. Oh, man, that's too much. And all this happened in 3 years in Windsor. And I had to say, since, the whole COVID thing, I wasn't really paying attention to what's going on in the city of Windsor. I'm just more, paying attention to this whole COVID thing. And I'm missing on a lot of stuff, man. It's crazy, man. It's really crazy.
Well, we got about 10 minutes left here. I think we should move on to the last and not least article.
Yeah.
Unless you have anything you want to talk about.
Hold on, right now I'm trying to get into the phone. Phone's on charge again. You have to look at articles.
Well, the last article that I had here was Province Confirms Support for Single Event Sports Betting. And this article was by the Windsor Starr, and it was done by Dave Waddle. In the wake of a joint statement for support for single event sports betting made by Professional Sports League Commissioner this week, the Ontario government urged, the federal government to change the Criminal Code of Canada to allow such gambling. The commissioners of 5 professional sports leagues operating in Canada, the NHL, the MLB, the NBA, the MLS, and the CFL, sent a statement to the Prime Minister of Justin Trudeau, Finance Minister Bill Mulroney, and Attorney General of Canada and Justice Minister David Alamity on June 8th. Single event sports wagering is one of the fastest growing areas of gaming entertainment, said Emily Hogovan, the Senior Communication Advisor and Press Secretary for the Ontario Minister of Finance, Rod Phillips. Ontario consumers spend about $110 million every year on illegal sports wagers. The government of Ontario has asked the federal government to do away with the outdated prohibition on single event sports wagering. If single event sports wagering is made legal, our government will work with the federal government and key players in the sports betting market to ensure changes are implemented in a responsible way. Hogovan said Ontario provincial Conservative government has for some time been lobbying the federal government to make the changes and include in the province-wide budget. Currently, the private member's bill of MP Kevin Woohoo, PC Saskatchewan Grasswood, in support of single-event betting awaits second reading. While it has been working with Windsor West NDP MP Brian Massey on the issue, and on Friday, they sent a letter to the Prime Minister and Federal Justice Minister. I'm not going to continue to read the article, but, Ontario consumers spend about $10 million every year on illegal sports waging. So you just think about, like $10 million that could be taxable and could be used towards other things.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea, man. I'm all for that idea. The single betting, that's amazing because, like I said, it will help a lot. You know what I mean? It'll create more jobs. You know what I mean? It'll create a big revenue. So why not? I'm down for that. I'm for that. Well, I don't gamble like that, you know what I mean? But I'm down for it.
But see, like in the letter, it actually, I'm going to read it because we got some time here. The two MPs pointed out that allowing such betting would enhance government revenues, combating underground gambling, and creating jobs for casinos and gaming industries ravaged by COVID-19. At the same time, the sports industry has been hit hard by the pandemic. The letter states, sports leagues have been forced to suspend or cancel seasons. And even when they do return, it will be without any ticket sales or fans in the stands. Maximizing fan engagement will be crucial, and the new avenues to do so could provide significant relief to struggle clubs and leagues. Major sport leagues, including the NHL, NBA, MLB, CFL, and MLS, have all come out in favor of legalization as a method to further engage fans. This is particularly important given the current situation. Massey said, in addition, the sports commissioners coming around to support single-event betting, many countries have already realized regulating gambling is the better pathway to dealing with gambling that will exist regardless. The issue has been resolved almost everywhere else, Massey said. We're one of the last four basins for unregulated gambling and offshore betting.
Well, like I said, I'm all for that. And plus, like you said,
So what do you think about the sports betting and what Mr. Brian Massey said, Because I'm surprised that a politician is actually supporting this type of thing. Two politicians.
Well, it's a good thing, like you said, like they said, and I said previously, it's going to generate a lot of revenue, and it's going to create jobs. You know what I mean? And it's going to support and help out the MLB, NHL, NBA, MSL, all the M's, all the sports leagues. It's going to benefit them. So right now, yeah, I forgot a couple. You know what I mean? So many. You know what I mean? So many. But these sports players are home, but they ain't doing nothing. They're home, you know what I mean? They're so used to practicing and training and going to games. Now they're at home just bored, so it'll give them more of an opportunity to get up and do something. And even though you can't have, it's an online betting thing. I know they want their fans, but you can't have their fans. So this right here, it'll be a good thing for everybody. Like, it'll be a great thing. I'm shocked they never came up with this earlier. Just talking about this now.
They're a little bit delayed or behind the times, I'd say. I said they're a little bit behind on the times.
Yeah, it's 2020 and they're only thinking about single game bettors now.
Great.
Wow. 2020, like, shoot. And I guess they had a brain fart for that long. But at least they're considering it and they're going forward with it. You know what I mean? So hope all goes through. You know what I mean? And then it falls through and the single game doesn't happen because I guarantee the first day they announce single game betting, that first day alone, they're gonna rake in so much money. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and hopefully they actually use that money, the tax dollars that go to it for the good, right? The greater good at the end of it, right? We have a huge homelessness, huge epidemic going on right now, right?
Yeah. Keywords, hopefully, though. Keyword is hopefully. Because they say they're going to do one thing, and they do totally the opposite of the one. So, like you said, we'll see. We'll see. That's what they are, like the government, like, Cal themselves in the back. The governments are pimped to wear their hoes. Well, yeah, that's all I have to say on that, because I just hope it goes through, you know what I mean? I support it 100%.
Well, I think that's a wrap for our show
today. On that topic.
Well, I think that's a wrap for our show today. What do you think?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's my first day back in the wild, so, we'll end it. You know what I mean? Say, but we're going to come back next week now, because this episode's, done. When I come back next week, I'll come back harder, back on it, you know what I mean? No more slacking, back on it. We'll have regular podcast shows every Sunday. Pre-recorded, unrecorded, it doesn't make a difference what it is.
Yeah, so just make sure you like, you follow, you share, subscribe, you download, you comment, you like, you follow. You can also follow our other podcasts. You go to www.kickthemedia.com, go to the podcast section. We have about 5 podcasts currently on there, with many more to come. It's amazing. But, the original one of Kick the Media is Phone Tag News, the original, and with the original host almost here, too.
Yeah, so we're going to sign on. I'm your host, Kimarr Starr.
I'm your co-host, Buffalo Josh.
And this is Kick the Media at Phone Tag News. Catch us if you can. I'm joking. Have a good night, guys. Good day.
Today's podcast is sponsored by JJ Marketing Advantage. You can visit them at jjmarketingadvantage.com. We are way more than just a marketing company. We are almost family. We are proud to offer the highest quality, most unique merchandise and services on the market today. From our family to yours, we put lots of love and careful attention in each item and service. We hope you enjoy our work as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. We are both analytical and creative. We communicate, design, develop, publish to influence, experience, and move and inspire. We understand that there's more to marketing than making you look good. We go to work every day to help grow your business. We are with that strategic partner, your expert in everything digital brand and marketing. And recently, we got involved in the consulting department. You can certainly visit us at jjmarketingadvantage.com, or you can certainly give us a call at 647-234-3631. Once again, that was 647-234-3631 or www.jjmarketingadvantage.com. Today's podcast is powered by Kick the Media. You can visit kickthemedia.com and find out more. Kick the Media is back as an entertainment production company that helps supports a wide range of podcast shows, artists, long, short, film producers of any platform. We want to open up an easy-to-use platform for companies to assist the newcomer into the industry. Even if you're a professional at what you do, come on over and see how we do things at Kick the Media and tell us if you like our style. Once again, you can find us at kickthemedia.com. Just recently launched, Kick the Media has some interesting podcasts, and you can find our podcasts on all major podcast platforms. Our podcast follows as What's That Taste? Phone Tag News. Who is that? Gee, no thanks. Boom with Buffalo Josh. And many more to come. You can certainly visit us at www.kickthemedia.com. You can contact us and reach us through any major social media platforms. Once again, you can find us on any major social media platform